What is going on, everyone? Welcome to our March Madness Best Bet Show, is what I'm going to call it. I didn't even put the banner on, but we're going to put it on in a second. I'm just super pumped, if we're being honest. We have a great guest, a great tournament in March Madness. Mr. John Hyslop. You've seen him on Twitter, the best gambling Twitter personality out there. John, how are you doing today?
It's living the dream, man. Dude, today might be the best day ever because we have 2 games tonight, and then when we wake up tomorrow, the real madness begins. You know what I mean? So this is just gonna take us into literally, I don't even know, probably Sunday is probably we're gonna come back to the real world and be like, all right, what just happened? Dude, it's gonna be awesome.
I think March Madness is the best time. The best, I think, American sport. I would take this over any other playoff tournament, playoff bracket, whatever, ever. Betting on college kids in March is just the most American thing I can think of, if we're being honest.
Dude, it's unbelievable. We're basically, if you think about it, it's kind of crazy. It's just basically us betting on a bunch of teenagers throwing a ball at a hoop. And you can't beat it though, man. It's just so fun. Also too, think about a Thursday at noon, you're in it. And then on the same day later, it'll be 11 o'clock at night, and you're still doing the same shit you were doing at noon. And then you're gonna go to bed, wake up, and do the same thing again the next. It's amazing. You can't beat that.
If I was working a desk job and if I was my boss, I would make sure there are mandatory days off during these days, because no one's working regardless. No one's working.
No one's doing anything. I wouldn't be
at all. Well,
no.
There's 64 teams in it this year. I'm a Rutgers fan. I think we got snubbed. It is what it is. If you guys follow along, whatever. I couldn't tell you why we got snubbed, but that's what all the racket is around here. So
that's what people are saying.
I'm not a traitor. So you know what? We got snubbed. We do have some interesting games. What is your thought, before we get into it, of sports betting now? 5 years ago, you had your offshores or whatever, of course, but I think now you see a 4 versus 13, the spread's 4, and you're like, wait a second, are you as sharp as you were 5 years ago calling that 13 over 4, or is the Vegas kind of ruined that for us?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think we're definitely sharper now than ever before. Back then, but at the same time, though, a lot of times, you were just taking the 13 over the 4 and just saying, hey, you know what I mean? I think that's going to happen. Whereas now, we're definitely well aware of the point spreads. We know, dude, sometimes you'll see almost even money.
Yeah.
It's a pick 'em. It's well, yeah, because I don't know. We're just a lot sharper now than we were.
I think it's exactly right. And before we dive in again, I see that Odds Jam sweatshirt on you. Looking fresh. New job for you, new company. You enjoying life over there?
Dude, this site, I'm telling it's the greatest thing that I've ever done in my life. Putting that into my browser and hitting enter was the smartest thing I've ever done. Dude, it's unbelievable, bro. Everything about it, just it gets you thinking about betting in such a different way that it's not even funny, man. You're so concerned with price. I've always said the number on the right sometimes is more important than the number on the left, meaning the price. And it is, man. I don't know that it's more important, but man, it's so much more important than a lot of people think.
I will say I use the tool myself. I use the odds screen to get the best odds. Saves me a lot of time from just going between all my books. But I'm glad you're enjoying life over there. And go follow John, and you'll see him popping up on videos on how to explain all the tools they got there. A lot of stuff going on, and John does his best to explain it for all of us out there.
It's not easy. I still don't understand everything, just so you know. I'm learning too, but it does start to make sense relatively quickly. And again, it just changes the way you think about it. So even if you're not even using OddsJam, you're still going to be sharper just because you're thinking about price and things like that. But yeah, no, definitely check out OddsJam. If you haven't, then dude, just check it out. You'll see what I mean. It's insane.
Yeah, all the power to you. I recommend it as well. And anything John recommends, like Celsius, he just absolutely chugged. Yep. Recommend that to the face.
The watermelon is delicious, but it's not my favorite one.
Top 3 favorite flavors. Go. real quick?
I'd say grape number one, like way number one, and then strawberry lemonade, and then the lemon lime.
Wow.
They're
I
all
don't think
newer
I've had
though. They're all newer though, so
Yeah.
that's part of it because I've been drinking this stuff for like years now.
Yeah, I think I'm going grape. I do like the Arctic vibes, that like blue one. And then
Yep.
I think I like the whenever I'm feeling like a non like bubbly one, I do that green tea like regular one that just goes down the
Okay.
hatch. It
Yeah.
just goes down the
I always
hatch.
thought, you know what? I bet you booze is good in that.
Yeah.
You
We should
ever
try
put
it.
like vodka or something in there, like rum, like maybe something sweet. Like maybe I don't know, like but probably.
Yeah. I think they have a Coca-Cola flavor. You can do a Jack and Coke and figure something out.
Yeah, see what happens. Yeah, no, like I love that. Those things are awesome. I get way too excited when I see a new flavor. Like it's like a little kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I can't wait to grab it and try it. Like I like open it in the store.
Yeah, I like picking those ones. There's too many energy drinks out there that like I can't like just see what's going on. Celsius is simple. I know what it is. Just keep giving me different flavors and I'll be a happy guy.
Yeah, it's not full of sugar. Like I remember the first time I ever saw like the sugar content in like a Red Bull. I was like freaked out. It's like, oh my God, like I drank 2 of those today. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, am I okay? Do I have diabetes? It's like, wow. So like
You probably would have.
This feels better. Because well, the thing is with these, you want to drink them every day. And like, why would I like something that like I can't drink every day? You know what I mean?
It makes you
Like,
feel
that doesn't
good
make
too.
sense. Yeah.
If you drink those, you feel good. You don't feel like
I feel great right now.
All right, well, you're feeling great. Let's dive into March Madness. We got 4 regions. You know how this works. Everyone's gonna think that they know who's gonna win it. Who's gonna win it this year? Who the Cinderella is? But reality check. Even if you think you know, you don't know. So don't be that guy. But besides that, I know who's gonna win. I do. I do know who's gonna win. I figured
I'll
it
be
out.
honest with you. I just saw a bracket for the first time. Like I'm gonna go game by game this year. So I didn't even fill out a bracket, so I'm just going game by game. That way I can bet more.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think I just figured this whole thing out. I just saw it for the first time, but I think I figured it all out.
All right, well, let's dive in. The South region, Alabama the 1 seed, Arizona the 2. You have Baylor at the 3, Virginia at the 4. Everyone on Twitter is saying Virginia's getting knocked 13-4. That's all I see every time I open the page.
Yeah.
South region, who do you see coming out, and who's your Cinderella if you had to pick?
Okay, so all right. Bama, no, something's gonna happen to them. West Virginia probably could beat Alabama. That's what my guy Randall says. If you haven't followed me, then you don't know who Randall is, but follow me, Randall. Just that's all I'm saying. Randall's nice. Do you know Randall?
I know Randall.
Well, yeah, that guy nasty. But anyway, he's a big West Virginia guy. I see Alabama with West Virginia over there. West Virginia will beat Maryland tomorrow. I got that on the money line. No chance that loses. They then beat Alabama probably. So that's going to be the problem there.
I do see
Santa Barbara could beat Baylor. People are saying that. Like I don't know if that's going to happen. What if Baylor goes cold? What happens then? Also, 2 Creighton's waiting on deck for them. But the real school there, Arizona. Arizona comes out of that region.
You think so?
I think. I don't know, but I think so.
All right. John Hyslop thinks that Arizona comes out the region. I will say West Virginia, they have a number 5 strength of schedule, which means they've faced dogs before.
They've seen it. Yeah, they've seen it. And plus that other guy, man, what? Didn't he bring a gun somewhere and someone got killed with it? Like there's that whole thing going on. Anytime someone gets murdered and it's partly your program's fault, like there's that, you know what I mean, hanging over your head.
You got to fix it.
You can't fix it. Yeah, that's just something you can't just fix that, you know? So there's that. But I can't imagine Alabama coming out of that region, not with all that stuff that was happening. Because like people are going to be bringing that up the whole time.
Yeah, and it's just bad press you don't really want. I will say
bad
too,
vibes. Murder is always bad vibes, man. Always. Like always.
I also don't like backing teams where the best player is like a high draft pick. So like Brandon Miller going probably number 2 or 3 overall. Like he just doesn't care about it as much as that 4th year, 5th year senior that's been waiting for this moment for so long and won't see a lick of the NBA. Yeah. So I will say I think Alabama is the best team.
Yes.
McBetts is hopped in. I will say Alabama does have some shooters, whether or not
they do shoot. Trust me, they got on and off the court, man. They got shooters everywhere in that program.
So we'll see if they're hot or cold. I do think West Virginia at the 9. I do think they beat Maryland. My problem with Maryland is I don't think Big Ten teams play in the tournament well because they play such old school grind out basketball.
Shitty basketball. I think it's what they call that on the street. It's called shitty basketball.
Yeah, that's what it is though.
I hate watching the Big Ten.
Yeah, that's what it is. And I think they always do horrible in the tournament because they just get a couple guards shooting from Steph Curry range and they don't know what to do. They're like, that's not fair. You can't do that.
Yeah, well, they gotta put the big kids in the middle that mug you every time and then they get mad when they call a foul on them. You're like, buddy, you're not allowed to do that. This isn't football. It's just like their football, just run in a cloud of dust. Like this sucks.
Yeah, I do think Arizona 4th best offense according to Ken Palm. It's just that their defense can step up. That's a tough region. I think Creighton at the 6th seed can surprise some people.
They're nice.
I'm not gonna, I don't know for a fact, but Creighton at the 6th seed is scary to me. I think they can upset Baylor the next round too if they do make it through. They're a 6th seed and they're Ken Palm ranked the top 13 in the country. Top 27 offense, top 16 defense, and a 16 strength of schedule. They shoot free throws well, shoot threes well. They're just a nice sound team. And at the 6th seed, that's the best ranked 6th seed I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, that's a very good combination for a 6th seed. Usually they have one glaring deficiency, you know what I mean? But they really don't have one.
So
still, they've got who they would have to play Baylor next, if not Santa Barbara, and then after
they're going to play your
Arizona,
Arizona and then probably Alabama if they get there.
Arizona, man, I don't know. They're nice. That's all I'm going to say. They're nice. I think. All right, you want to know something? Here's the reason why I took them is because I think they're going to kick the dog shit out of Princeton in the first round. I really think that's a 30-point one that back in the day they would just take you to another game, but they don't really do that now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I bet you that one's a beating.
You think so? I don't even know.
I'm hoping so because I bet it. So. I definitely hope that happens. So I'm trying to manifest it too. But no, I've seen Arizona play a few times this year. They've got a few. They got a couple bigs that are just a problem for a lot of people. So
it's so hard to see what team is going to be it's always this guy, they rely on their bigs too much. It's well, that's because they're good. It's you can't just say, it's
Yeah. It's
relies on something.
It sucks because, if the kid's good, then you're gonna rely on them. That's why they rely on them.
It's and it's this team shoots too many threes. Because they're good at shooting them. You can't just say they rely on something. Everybody relies on something.
Well, yeah, because they're playing basketball and they're gonna rely on what they do.
If you stop this guy, they're done. It's no duh. It's a college team. There's 5 kids in the floor.
Exactly.
Stop their best guy.
You're not really. So you're taking 20% of the kids out of it. You know what I mean? And saying that's a thing. All right, hey, so Titter Time saying, what's the move for the first 4 games tonight? I got the over 67.5 in the first game. I think it's Texas Southern and Fairleigh Dickinson. I know people are saying you take the under in the first. I don't believe that. Maybe that's a thing, but maybe that's just because it's 2 slow teams. But these 2 teams, they fly up and down the floor. And the Dickinson kids hit threes. They kind of you ever been in a fist fight or seen a fist fight? The beginning of that thing is generally just wild. Both people are going at it, just no thought put into it. That's how they kind of play, both teams. They'll just go up and down the first half and then kind of tail off in the second. So if they're hitting shots, you're going to be fine, obviously. But I'm saying they don't have to hit a high percentage to get over 67.5.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
My favorite part about the playing games is that you're getting Fairleigh Dickinson, which first of all, my alma mater, Fairleigh Dickinson, just fun fact.
Nice.
You're getting the thing I hate about when these tournament teams win their conference and they get in, it's they have the 361st worst defense in the country.
Yeah,
they're playing.
Those are my favorite ones.
They're playing for a spot in the tournament.
Yeah. Hey, no D, baby. I'll be honest with you, man. When I played basketball, I was like a 3-and-D guy, but without the D. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't play defense. I just sucked.
Yeah.
But like, I like to shoot threes, so that was fun.
You were like, when the team went zone, we're putting John in. Just get out there.
Yeah, I'll post up right over here. Like whenever you want a shot, don't worry, I'm not passing. So you're not gonna see a lot of turnovers out of me because I don't pass. If the ball hits my hands, like it's going up like immediately.
I will say I'm probably gonna bet Fairleigh Dickinson, even though I can't in New Jersey. If I were to drive over the border and place the bet, just because of the homeness to me. But other than that, if I was smart and betting with my brain, I would not bet on that team.
Yeah, well, here's the thing about them: the over. That's always in play with a team like that. And I don't even think they won their conference.
They didn't. They got like a default win because the other team went D2.
Yeah, the other team can't go. So I was like, all right. Like, so like that, they didn't, so that's always fun. So that team, no pressure there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, whatever. Like, we didn't even have to win to get here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they already played their pressure. They're playing with house money now.
Yeah, they really are. Like, that shouldn't be allowed.
They're not even, they didn't even win their conference.
Yeah, and they're in. Something's wrong with the committee. We're going to fix it. But going back to the South region, again, John Hyslop, he's on Arizona as his team.
They're going to win that.
I'm on Creighton at the 6. If not Creighton, I do think.
What's the number on Creighton to go to the Final Four?
I'm trying to find that right now.
Because that would be very fun.
I'm trying to find it.
Let's see if they have it on the OddsJam screen. I don't know if they have to go to the Final Four. They have literally every single thing you can imagine.
They do. I see plus 700 to go to the Final Four.
Yeah, I mean, that's big.
I like that. I think they're just a solid team.
Make Final Four. Yes, they do. All right, so I've only seen it at Barstool, but what are we looking for? Creighton? Creighton's plus 700. Arizona is plus 350.
Yeah. So
if you bet both those, one hits, you do the math. You make money.
Swimming. You just got to root for Alabama to lose. And
they're going to lose, man. I mean, I get that. I get the shooters shoot, but,
it's what is that? Alabama and Baylor, I guess, have to lose.
Dude, Randall, I think Randall said this. I think Randall said West Virginia could beat Alabama, and I agree as long as he said that.
Yeah.
Randall actually watches college basketball, bro. Like,
are we trusting Randall that much? I'm down.
I trust Randall like with my kids when it comes to college basketball.
You could do this to reach the Sweet 16, West Virginia plus 450. So that's basically them to beat Alabama.
Yeah. So they're plus 450 to beat Bama.
Yeah.
As long as they beat Maryland.
Yeah. Well, all right, there you have it. Those are we'll sum it up all later. I'm writing it down. We'll move on to the East region, and that is the Purdue, Marquette, Kansas State, and Tennessee. What's popping out to you over there?
2 words. Michigan State. I know I said I hate Big Ten basketball, but Michigan State. They can beat USC. They can beat Marquette. They could beat Kansas State or Kentucky, or like the first time that they're actually really going to get challenged is to go to the Final Four, which they'd have to play Tennessee, maybe Tennessee. Purdue, who not great. I think Purdue beat them a few times this year, but still. Memphis, that's a beatable team because Memphis will play Purdue pretty tough probably. Because Purdue plays so slow. That's the thing. Like
the Big Ten basketball.
Yeah, that puts them up for that puts them on upset alert. Put that way. I'm gonna find out right now what happened with Purdue and Michigan State that they played.
I can pull it up
right
here.
Off the top of your head?
I got it right here. Purdue and Michigan State. Purdue beat Michigan State 64-63.
Mm-hmm.
And then 77-61 later on. So, but that was Purdue was home. On the road in Michigan State, they only beat it by 1 point. So you're going to see neutral floor again.
Mm-hmm. And Michigan State is plus 1,500 to go to the Final Four. I just think they can literally get to the Sweet 16 Like,
Yeah.
they could. I mean, Marquette. I mean, I don't know. Marquette's good, but again, I don't know. Every year, Marquette's going to do something in the tournament. Every single time they're in there, they're going to do something, and then they don't do anything. So
the good thing about the 8
we're talking
seeds,
Izzo too, bro.
yeah, that is Izzo. The good thing about 8 seeds is that, like Memphis, is that if they beat, or even 7-10 seeds, like if you beat the 1 or the 2, you then get the easiest and second easiest path. Because that's
Yes,
what they have. So
that's a fact.
you take that road. Like, so if Memphis wins, they'll be playing the winner of 5 and 4. It's not like they just play the next best team in the bracket each time. So that's how, like, Wichita State as like the 8 and 9 seed like 10 years ago would just keep going because they were like a 8-9 seed and just beat the 1 and then just go to the Final Four.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. No, Oral Roberts could beat Duke. That could happen.
I just like their name. I think Duke, like without Coach K, he's like, I don't even like you anymore. You're just not like
they're not real Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like the 21st ranked team.
Missing a kid. Kentucky's not great. Kansas State is not as good as people think they are, but I mean they are pretty good. But dude, Michigan State. Watch plus 1,500. I got a plus 350 team and a plus 1,500. I'm sitting pretty right now. What about you? I think
if Purdue doesn't run the table, like if Purdue loses, which I think they can, I think this is the side of the bracket you're going to see some upsets. Like I'm not saying Michigan State, but like a team like that, maybe Kentucky Providence winner can make a little bit of a run at the 6 and 11.
Providence could beat them, dude.
And I think whoever wins that game can make a little bit of noise. I don't think Kansas State's that good. I don't like them at the 3 seed. I really don't. I think they're the worst 3 seed in the tournament. So that's why if it's not Purdue, I like the Kentucky Providence winner.
Okay.
A little bit.
You got to pick one though, just for this sake. So Kentucky looks like plus 900. Providence looks like, where the hell is Providence? Hold on. What did I say? 700 for Kentucky? 900 for Kentucky.
900.
I can't find Providence. I will find Providence. So hang on. I mean, they have to be in here, right? If they're not in here, then that means what do you got?
I think they'll take Kentucky. I think they win. They got they're always
3,000.
Kentucky's always solid. I think they could beat Kansas State if they beat Providence, and then it's just beating the winner of the Michigan State USC Marquette area, and then we're in a good spot. What's Kentucky to reach the Sweet 16?
I do not have that. I just have Final Four and to win the whole thing. Apparently,
so I got plus 155 to reach Sweet 16. I think it's not good value because I could probably bet both money lines and probably hit that because they'll probably be the underdog in the next round. But I do like them to maybe make some noise. So Kentucky, what was them to reach the Final Four?
To get to the Final Four plus 900.
Yeah, I see plus 1,000 as well. So I'm gonna.
But then do the plus 1,000. All I have is Barstool's numbers up.
It'll probably update. I like Kentucky out the East to make some noise, but I do think Purdue kind of runs that, like Zach Edey or whatever. That
dude he's too big. But here's the thing: he gets in foul trouble. Now you're in a dogfight.
Yeah,
so
they're
if he
not
gets in
good.
Foul trouble against a team that goes fast, like maybe they could be in deep trouble.
Yeah, they're not good overall, but he can definitely win them some games. Like I'm looking at the Michigan State game. He had like 32.
Those kids all the time.
Yeah.
He's not the first big tall white guy that's ever played for them. Like they always have one. Sometimes they have two, and you're just like, where are these 7-footers that can shoot and do all this shit? Where are they coming from?
Yeah, but the thing about him is that he's not going to be an NBA roster guy. So this is it. This is it. This is his Super Bowl. This is his championship. So
I agree, but none of those guys ever are. That's what I'm saying. I don't know where they get these kids from. They have a special pipeline.
I don't know.
7-foot guy who really can't move that much, but dominates rec leagues.
He knows a guy. Tall. Whoever their guy is, he knows a guy.
Yeah,
they're just breeding people out there in the Midwest.
I can't find their first game. I'm trying to think. Does he get in foul trouble a lot?
You have to assume that that's going to be everyone's game plan. Um,
Drive right at him every
yeah,
time. Because again, I don't think he moves that good.
I would if you could bet his over blocks, I would because I think they're just going to go at him every time, and if he's not going to foul him, he's going to block.
Yeah, I can't find. What time do they play?
I don't know, but this guy Daniel Fernald, sorry if I butchered your name. Pretty sure Eddie's gotten 3+ fouls in only 3 games this year.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like he stays out of foul trouble. They know though. They know that.
Yeah,
But
it's gonna
that's
be interesting.
Big Ten teams who have like 5 possessions a game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like now you're going to play teams that actually want to run up and down the floor. It's going to be tough. Nice call on that, though, Daniel. Thank you.
They have the 334th fastest pace.
Yeah, they play so slow. Dude. It's so stupid. Like I get so disinterested. Like I mean, I'd say 16 at the 16-minute mark of the first half usually is when I'm like, all right, I'm not watching this. Like I can't.
Yeah, if you look at tempo, actually, Memphis plays very fast. So if they play Memphis in that second game,
the one. Yep.
Memphis is 17th fastest pace or tempo. Short possession.
That's literally how you get beat. Being a slow-paced team and then playing with a team that likes to run, and then them like goading you into a up and down game, and that's not what you do.
100%. I also hear breaking news: Aaron Rodgers to the Jets on the Pat McAfee show. Apparently, he just broke the news. Don't know if that's true or not.
I kind of like how he does that. He goes on his boys show and does it. Doesn't get.
He wants to be. Is that like the first ever NFL LeBron decision? Like, I hope players start doing that more.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, go like just string up. They're like, oh, he's been a drama queen, blah blah. It's like, buddy, that's his decision. You know what I mean? He's deciding like where he wants to go work. Like, let him do it. Like, just because you like that team, you like the Packers or the whatever, and you're getting all anxious about like, is he going to stay? Is he going to go? That's on you. That ain't on him. He can do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah. Maybe the Packers should have, I don't know, drafted and traded better to make him stay. That's just
no doubt. Like, I mean, like if you go through, look at like start naming great wide receivers that they drafted while he was there.
Yeah, or let Devontae go, and I know Lazard is a wide receiver 1, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
I mean, come on, like I don't know. I don't know. I saw all these takes, and you're like, dude, I get that people don't like the guy, but like, I don't think that going on your boy show and saying where you're gonna go is necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's a good thing. I think it makes you relate to people more too. Why, if I'm making a decision of my life of where I want to work, you think I want Adam Schefter just tweeting it and that's it? Like, no.
Yeah.
I'm going to come on and announce it myself and give my boys some props and have a good time, because it also builds a relationship with me to my fans. And it's just.
Yes. Like, well, I mean, I don't get how it's this, I don't know, so bad thing. I can get like not liking it, but people are like really mad. Like, dude, this is dumb. That's a dumb thing to get like really mad about. Like there's got to be something better to get really mad about than that. You know what I mean? There's like so many things.
1000%. So that's it for our South and East. Let's go to the Midwest. This is the Houston, which is a fan favorite. Houston, Texas at the 2, Xavier at the 3. I feel like I haven't seen Xavier there in years, and Indiana at the 4. Houston's the number 1 ranked team, but again, this is like to me, it's like one of those Gonzaga teams where like they 92nd strength of schedule. Like, yeah, they're good, but like, they actually played good competition consistently. No, so it's like, does that hold up? Ever?
They're plus 125 to go to the Final Four.
Yeah, you can't bet that.
No, like, so start looking through though, and you start to see why. Like, who the hell is gonna compete? Maybe Xavier? Like, I don't think so. Texas
A&M at the 7, low to me is somewhat decent.
Texas is plus 300, so you can't bet that. Texas A&M is plus 1100
because they're gonna play.
Let you have them if you want to take them.
They're gonna play Texas, right? Most likely if they beat Penn State, which I think they will, and that's like an in-state slugfest. Anything can happen. You know what I mean? Like, that's a Texas A&M duel. To me, Texas is obviously a very good team overall. They do a lot of things well. You might get some value in Texas just because Houston's so like juiced, I guess.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I do think Houston's going. Like, I do, but I'm not betting to go to the Final Four plus 125. I mean, that's like, come on. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? You have to have better things to bet on than that.
You can get Texas at plus 300. To me, for the 2 seed, that's
not bad.
It's not bad at all.
I'm gonna look at. I want something more than plus 1,000. Miami at plus 1,200. I think they can beat Drake. I think they got a kid, the Wong kid. Like in this tournament, like
he's from New Jersey.
Okay, well there you go. If you got a kid, like one kid can win. Remember Kemba Walker? I'm not saying that but like, you know what I'm saying? Like a kid, you just got to have one.
Yeah,
he might be the one like that can get you a bucket anytime you need one.
And I like
Miami at plus 1,200 is not the worst bet going.
No, I mean, and they've beaten some tournament teams. Like they lost to Duke in the ACC tournament, but they beat Duke by like, what was that? Like 20 points earlier on the year. Beat some other decent names, some bigger schools. They beat Virginia, who's in the tournament, by 2 points. So they have, upset, or they've played good teams. They beat Providence by 10, another tournament team. Like they've played tournament teams. They're in the ACC. My old coworker, his daughter just went there, so he's fully bought into the program, like every sport. Big. And he tells me inside the scoop, but he thinks they got it. So I don't know if that holds a lot of weight, but he tells me they got it.
I'm just a big fan of the Wong kid. I think that kid's good. Like I've seen, he's been playing for a while. Like it feels like he's been in college for like 9 years, but
yeah,
he can ball. So
and he's done it before.
If I was going to take anybody other than Houston or Texas, it's got to be Miami. Because again, I think they get by Drake. I mean, they can get going. They get by Drake, then they got to play Indiana or Kent State. They could beat them. Then, I mean, they probably have to go through Houston and Texas, which sucks. But if one of those two teams lost before, then man, like you're sitting pretty with a pretty live dog.
But that's why it's so, and anything can happen in March. Houston and Texas could both get out early. Who knows? Like,
yeah.
I think the price on Miami is very good. What's the price again for the Final Four?
1,200.
Yeah, I like that. And last year
I'm actually going to bet that.
Last year they went far. Did they not go to the Final Four last year or the year before?
They did. It was recently. It wasn't that long ago.
I could pull it up. Miami went to the Elite Eight, which who won the tournament. So, and Wong was still there, right?
Yeah. No, Wong's been there for like literally a shade under a decade. Like there's doctors that have like gotten there and graduated in the time that he's been there. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like he's been there forever.
I actually tweeted about the guy Perry Ellis from Kansas who was there for like a decade.
Yeah. I remember that guy.
He was there for so long. All right, well, that's our Midwest. We got Miami. I think I'm rocking with Texas or Texas A&M for mine. Whoever wins that gauntlet. I can't bet Houston. They just can't.
Nah, plus 125 to go to the Final Four is just like, I don't think you get it if you're doing that.
And then we got the West. Last region. This is the Kansas defending champions at the 1 seed. UCLA, popular pick at the 2. Gonzaga at the 3. UConn at the 4. I think UConn and Gonzaga for me are dangerous.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gonzaga just because like they have that fell off narrative.
Yeah,
and I don't know that they're. I kind of like them as like a dog more than I don't like them as a favorite. I like them as old Gonzaga. Remember old Gonzaga?
Yeah,
where like they were like you're upset like if you were sharp. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, you gotta know about Gonzaga. Like. That was them, though. They were getting around. They're plus 350. That's still not even dog numbers.
I like Gonzaga. I mean, they are the KenPom highest ranked 3 seed. KenPom actually has them ranked overall better than Kansas, who's the number 1 in their bracket.
Yeah, I think that Gonzaga slaughters Grand Canyon. Then they'll get TCU most likely. I bet you they beat them badly. And then it's probably UCLA, who UCLA is good, but they're missing the kid, right?
Yeah. They may be missing
So,
2 people, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, like I do like that point guard, Tiger. Like he's cool. He's got great hair, great name. He's just cool. So there is that, but like I don't know, like dude, they could literally be playing for the Final Four before you even realize like they're in a game, or they even realize it. And then when you look at that other side, who is it? UConn and Kansas are the only two. Like if you look at, I mean,
I think UConn's nasty.
yeah, no, they're good. So I mean, like they get by Iona. I bet you VCU beat St. Mary's. So then they get by VCU, and now you're probably looking at Kansas and UConn.
Yeah.
So I mean, coming off of that game, now you got to play Gonzaga. I don't know, like I feel like Gonzaga, but the only thing I hate is that price is like plus 350.
What's the price
Kansas is plus 325.
Who is?
Kansas.
What's the price for UConn?
Plus 450.
I like UConn. I think that bracket could see UConn and Gonzaga in the Elite Eight fighting for.
Yeah, so then if you take UConn and Gonzaga right now, you're gonna make money.
Yeah,
and
figured it out.
Figure the whole thing out. You know what I mean? Like it's like child's play. Like a child could do this. Yeah, so that one, I think that's probably the way to play that bracket is just take both of those two teams to go to the Final Four. You're going to make money.
And they could play. Yeah, they could play each other in the Elite Eight.
Play each other, so like you'd be guaranteed.
Yeah.
You know me. I always like those guaranteed 0% chance of losing bet, and that's a 0% chance.
I think that for me is the bracket I can see more clear. Like I don't think when do teams ever make that run again for Kansas? First of all, I think these other teams are better, and like it's so hard to make that run again back-to-back years. Like it's just so tough.
Yeah, I agree.
So if you had to pick one team to win it all, if you had to bet one team, not necessarily who you think is going to win.
Yeah.
If you had to bet one team for value and everything overall, who are you going to pick?
I would definitely do it at Barstool if I was taking Arizona because they are plus 1,700, whereas at BetMGM they're plus 1,200. So Arizona would be one I'd be very interested in. I don't think Miami can win the whole thing. Who else did I have in the final? Hang on.
Arizona, West Virginia was a sneaky one. Miami. Then you had
Michigan State somewhere. I don't think they can win the whole thing. No, I'd say Arizona. I think Arizona plus 1,700 is not the worst thing you could do. Just because they can score with anybody. And I mean, I know their defense sucks. Like no one's saying that. Like I know. I've seen it. They're not great. But if you score more than the other team, then you win. So you know what I mean? Like that's just how basketball works. So 100%. if you won 85-84, your defense sucked, but you won. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I don't know. If I was taking something right, yeah, Arizona plus 1,700 is not a bad deal.
Yeah, I'm looking more at UConn, and like their losses were to tournament teams. Like they lost to Marquette by 2. Creighton by 3, Xavier by 3. Like they're in dog fights. I'm not sure if they have enough to win.
They're plus 2,600.
That's very good. I see plus 1,800 on DraftKings. I wouldn't bet that.
No. These are ones where you better shop. Don't be the guy that just takes 1,800 and now you're sitting next to a guy who took 2,600. Do you know what I mean? Watching the game, like you're the idiot.
I do think this is so hard to pick a team. I'm not going to finalize this yet, but I do think right now Creighton I see plus 4,000. You can tell me a better line. I think Creighton can disrupt.
Creighton 4,500.
Like they're in a bracket with Alabama. The only reason why I don't think so. So for me, like I'd probably pick my winner from the West, but I do think Creighton makes some noise. I'd probably bet like Gonzaga to finally make some noise. Drew Timme, again, his Super Bowl, like he'll make the NBA, but like it's not like he's gonna be like
Yeah,
a
he ain't gonna play.
yeah. So it's like Gonzaga, their defense is kind of trash, but you got to kind of take a long shot with these teams. Like I'm not going to bet Houston at
this
plus
tournament, like this particular year, this version is as wide open as it has been in forever.
Yeah. Like I think I might have to bet Purdue at plus 1,000 just because I want to root for Zach Edey. Like I just don't want to root against that guy.
Yeah. No. So when you have it, you're like, all right, well, I got them in my back pocket when like none of your teams work out.
Yeah, you gotta have one favorite to win it all. You know, it's 10-1 still. It's not like it's
10-1. Yeah, that's not that bad.
I think I'm taking that at Purdue. So I think they're gonna be the team, and that way I have these long shots if they don't. But that way, if the long shots don't make it, I got hopefully that big giant guy Zach Edey to take us home.
Yeah.
Purdue plus 1,200. Anything else you want to say before we get off? It's been a long episode. Appreciate everyone who's been in the comments and watching.
That's all I got, man. I can't wait for it to start. Just whatever you do, be responsible. You want to be betting, you know what I'm saying, a lot, like longer. So that doesn't mean blow your account up in 3 bets. You know what I mean? Like, be smart. Space this shit out and keep betting. Like, you'll be able to bet forever if you manage your bankroll right.
That is exactly how you do it. Again, guys, give John a follow on Twitter and go look at his Odds Jam stuff that he's got going on. He's got big things coming up as well. He's always grinding, always working. And make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, by the way. Give us a like, give us a comment when the video is done with the live. Appreciate all you guys hanging out. That's it from us. And I'm sure I'll have John on sooner rather than later. So
I'll be back.
Take care, guys, and best of luck on your bets today. See you later.